Hello peeps, welcome to another Satisfactory stream. I think I got it working correctly now. I was having a little issues with one of the settings because my phone is dead for some reason, so I don't have access to the remote control app for my Streamlabs OBS. So I had to try to get the stream start to pop off of the screen, but I think I have it now, so I should double check just one more thing really quick just to make sure. Alright, it does look like it's working, so let's get started. Where were we when we finished off last time? We brought in our Caterium ore. Caterium? Let's figure out exactly. I don't know if I've done the research enough to... One of these messages, Ada tells us basically how to say it, and I don't remember.
Caterium acquisition unlocked. Additional to new equipment.
Caterium. And we're making quick wire. So, our next setup that we need to do is we need to get some modular frames going. I want to cut down this one tree. Fill that in. We need to get some modular frames going. How are we doing on concrete? We're gonna need a lot of concrete, so let me look at this production here. So we're getting... We need 45 in to kick 15 out. How much? We need to see how much our miner's actually producing for us. And it is producing 45 a minute at 75%. I almost wonder if we should tap into this other limestone node that's over here to get more being produced. Let's say it looks like our copper's backed up and full. But there should be a second limestone node over here somewhere, if I remember right. We got copper. I know there was one that was close, so there's one at 70. Oh, it's up there on top. So there's one up there, but it's up there on top of that rock. I guess there's not a whole lot that we're going to be able to do for that unless... Yeah, we can't produce MK2s yet. If we can start making... Once we start making MK2s, we can put a better miner on there. And then from there, we can increase our productivity. For now, I think we're just going to lay down a few more foundations. And And really for now we should just worry about getting our modular frames automated. I kind of want to leave this area open right here because since our coal comes in here, we have our coal coming in right here. I should probably add another couple power. And then, how are we doing on power? Oh, we have lots of power. And then I'm going to put some steel production right in here. So that way we can tap straight into our coal supply here. I don't think... Yeah, we're not ready for steel yet. We need to do the research for it. But then we can use one of these iron feeds for steel. Let's get this figured out. I think I need to handcraft a few more modular frames again though, because I used the ones that we had for my blade runners. So let's craft the 3 more that we need so we can make a new assembler. And pretty soon we're gonna have to look at tearing all of this down, or at least a big chunk of it down. I have a lot of the lines are nice and straight. We have 90-degree angles, but it's kind of a mess because things are just all over the place. So we need to figure out how we want to do this. And I think the first thing we need to do basically is just flop this guy back down and see again what we need for input. We're doing modular frames, so we need reinforced iron plates and iron rods. Okay. So basically, if we come off of here into a smelter, make sure we leave ourselves enough room for everything. So we need 1 smelter. We're gonna need a constructor. Another smelter. So this will be plates. Copper ingot, 30 for 30 and 30. Want iron plates, what's required 30. This will be iron in and screws out. But this only needs 15 ingots per minute. And we're going to be producing 30. What does iron rods takes 15? So we could actually, all right. So we come down with one line, we split it. This will be all right. This will work good. Oh, that would have been right. Okay, I think what we're going to do is so we only need 2 smelters. But one smelter is going to split into 2 constructors. Okay, so this one will come in making iron. It's going to split into screws on this side and iron rods on this side at 15 and 15. This one is making the rods. This one is set to making the screws. This is making iron ingots. And then we need one more constructor. There. And you're going to be making iron plates. We need another smelter. It's making iron. And then these two need to go into an assembler. And this is going to be fun to get lined up and have it looked good. Unless we just roll with what this looks like. Let's see what this looks like first. I guess that doesn't look terrible. They're equal. This is about in the middle of them. And then we need one last assembler, which we can't afford because we don't have enough modular frames. So we're back to crafting some more by hand. Go right there. Right there. do to make modular frames. So we're going to be overproducing iron rods. So what we could almost do is we could put like a storage buffer in here. So then as this backs up, it'll store some in here. And then we need 12. And this is only going to produce this is only going to produce 7.5 per minute. I think we'll have the screws, right? The screws are 90 per minute. We need 25 per minute for plates. We're going to be kicking out 30. Do I have any more power shards? We might have to go on a hunt for some more slugs. I have one, but I do have a couple slugs. Okay, I have 4 now, so that should help us. So we almost need to duplicate our setup here. But we don't have this one overclocked. Why is this needing only 60? Okay, something seems goofy here. Oh yeah, 60. Oh, we must have our screws down there underclocked to only put out 60. All right. First things first, let's get our iron down here. I had it. There we go. We need to bring this out a little bit more because we need to split this. Actually, no, we don't. We could go just like so. And just like so. Just like so. So then we just need to turn and come right down into our splitter here. That is not a 90. I don't think. It didn't look straight to me. I think that's right now. Okay, so that should bring our iron in. Split it 30 and 30. This will get split into 15, 15. rods are going to come out at 15 per minute. Oh, we need 24 per minute though. So we really probably don't need that storage in there. I think we're just going to hook this up and let it go. Just got to get power over here though. Let's see, power. Power, you have an open spot. If we bring you down, plop you in the middle. Try to do this somewhat organized a little bit. This guy though. Oof, that looks ugly. It's like cutting right through the middle of the machine. So we need to bring these on this side then. That works. Okay, that's not clipping through anything. That looks fine. Alright, so then what we'll do is we'll bring this out this way instead. Okay, so we have rods. The rods are coming down. These things will start producing the plates, the reinforced iron plates, I believe, right? I have it set. Yep. Just filling up its buffer, and this is our modular frames. Now the production of this is going to be pretty low to start with, but I think we're going to put the storage on right on this side. Can I fit 2 in here? That I think I'll need 2, but be nice to have. Maybe it'll build up nicely while we're out working on other things. Hey, we have a modular frame. Our first one. Out of many that we need. So let's kind of watch this for just a little bit and see. So we're making 4 per minute. only producing at like 50%. We really need to up this. This needs to be higher, but I mean, we are capable of 90 screws a minute, and but only 15 plates a minute though, which is where we're really lacking on, is our 15 plates per minute. We'd almost need to. Do we have plates close to here? Your rods. Producing rotors. This thing's probably filling up. I think this is plates. If I could figure out a clean way to tap into this. So this thing's kicking out 30 plates per minute. Morning, guys. Blow stuff up. I wish you could. There's plenty of rocks and boulders that I'd like to blow up. But if I could tie into these plates here cleanly somehow. I don't know how I'd get them over here. We could actually bump this up to basically 45 per minute. See, this thing is supposed to be producing 4 per minute, but it's only operating at 42%, so it's really only producing like 2 per minute. And we almost have enough for our... We're at 5. And here comes 6. Alright, I guess for now, I'm just going to let it go. I said I could... Well, what do we got? We have 30. This is a merger, so we have 30 and 30 coming in. Hey, Dewan. Can I put a splitter or something where the top stack conveyor is not being used? Like, you mean right in here? Or can I run a line through here? The only thing is I don't think I have enough room to be able to get a merger into this location. But I potentially could remove this and just tap into this 15 here. I could run it along here. Let's check one thing. I only need this thing to kick out 10 right now. That's the big thing. I want to get the basher. Oh, we have 10. Okay, we can do this milestone. Alright, we have our 10 modular frames. I'll have to go grab the wire and the cable. Do I have the mod? Okay, I have the rotors on me. Now we have lots of cable on us. Just make sure we grab enough wire. Let's get our basher. I want to get our basher. So, rotors, frames, wire, and cable. And launch.
Milestone reached. R&D inflated your pocket dimension and have provided an improved Xenozapper with increased strength and range.
Okay, so now now we just gotta wait for our next 10 modular frames and then we can get into steel. And let's go craft a zapper. Or not a zapper, basher. What do we need to make our basher? Oh, we need more modular frames. We do need another zapper. We can make that easy enough. So we have everything we need except for 5 modular frames. We just need to wait for the modular frames. I was curious about a setup on these foundations. Can I take the smaller? Oh, they're way too high still. I'd like to get this somehow on flat. Get the ground flat right here so you didn't have to constantly jump up to get into the hub. Okay, good. These are filling up. While we wait for our frames to craft, we're gonna grab some more of these. Do we have stuff to build? I can conveyor out to the stacked conveyor and you can get through that gap, but it might be a high conveyor belt and then merge it with the production line. Yeah. Wonder why this message is held for review. Do we have enough stuff on us to make another coal? Oh, we need frames, modular frames for that too. Alright, we have the 5 that we need for our basher though. I want the basher. And we can go out exploring and then we can just let this stuff run for a while. So we need to take off our zapper. And we have our basher. They did such a good job on the animations for the different things on this game. So when you first equip items, the chainsaw is cool, how the blade comes out. The basher, how it kind of extends out. I don't like this, so it's like I can't get across right now. I should have almost left these lines at this height so I could walk underneath them. All stuff I'll probably tear out down to the foundation and rebuild. You never used the basher? The basher is like the best weapon in there, in my opinion. I don't care for the rebar gun because you have to reload it after each shot. If there was like a way of like maybe loading it up with 5 shots so then you can just shoot 5 times, I'd like that better, but these are all full. Let's actually leave that off. Do we need, how are we looking at power? We're still really good on power, so. This thing is really not, really unoptimized for. I do feel like we need to tap into this. We need to tap into this source here somehow. I think that's, kind of feel like that's key to us getting better production of modular frames, which is modular frames part of our next space elevator? I think it is. Yeah, and we need 500. Alright, we need to up that. We need to get, it'll take us forever to get 500 frames at the rate we're going to. So we need to figure out best way to tap into this. First thing I want to do is figure out if I have enough space to be able to do I have enough space to be able to merge, put a merger in here? And don't look like it. Okay. What other options do we have short of, let's run out the, we scoot, it's not going to be nicely lined up straight, but we could scoot this assembler back. Over. I'll have to move this power pole. This needs to come out a little bit. So it can go into there straight. That would not be a 90, but if I go, okay, that'll work. gotta redo pretty much all of this. Make sure we have enough room to do this. So glad the function of tearing stuff back down goes pretty quickly. Alright, so what we're gonna do is our assembler is going to come off. Okay, I want to jump on. Let's climb up here. See if that'll work. Okay, so that's that. Really, what we can do to get this over there is just simple basically simple as running a conveyor all the way over here. And we want to make sure we build it high enough so we can walk underneath it. And that is not a 90. Gotta have them 90s. Okay, how are we looking here? That is not straight either. Dang it. Okay, will that work? And then we just go somewhere around here. And that's too steep. Guess that wasn't so bad. We should be, once I join this to here, we basically have tapped into another 30 per minute of plates. So now we're actually getting 45 plates per minute. Into this. We only need 25 per minute, which is fine, so that'll still maintain this stock of plates there too. from here. Right, we need to put down another assembler. Thought I was lined up to the output of this, but I was not. So let's maybe center it between the two, or should we just center it off of one of the outputs of the two? We're starting to creep into our space for where we want to do our steel at, though. Modular frames. We're definitely getting the rods. We need 12. Is there a way that we can kick this up to produce 12 per minute? Get these guys powered up. Okay. So we are getting 90 screws per minute out of our screws, right? Yes, we're getting 90 screws per minute. So we're up to 11.25, and we're about equal on our screws. Our iron plates will be overproducing a little bit. And now we're getting 11.25 plates per minute. We need 12, but at least now this is closer up to that 4 per minute now. Except for this is only 30, right? This is only 15. Wait, 24. I would need this thing to kick out more iron. Which it's... So I believe since we're using the MK1 belts, this is 60 in. Split into 30 and 30. And that's... can't be right though, because this thing is only operating at 50% efficiency. And it's like totally backed up and shutting down. And 15. Oh, this has no power. Is that where I got power at before? I don't think so. Yeah, see, this is that. So that was why that was throwing me off there. Now this will climb back up to 100%. Now we need to figure back out storage again. Wow, I didn't even put that on there straight. Okay. And we can get so look at that awesome line of frames coming out. I think we had enough in there for this next milestone. So the only way we're increasing any of this is if we increase our ore intake. I'm going to take a look at that. Let's see how many frames we have made. We actually have 20. So let's do this milestone. Yeah, I can do the... I just unlocked that not too long ago, so I could do the bigger power poles. I do have quick wire being made over there. Let's do this milestone, and then I want to take a run back to where we're getting our iron at with these lines here. And then I want to look at the do I still have 50 rotors on me? No. I want to take a look at the production of them, because I don't remember, I never looked at that before. I just basically hooked them up. Oops, wrong spot. Okay, so rotors, frames, wire, and cable. Okay, so now we're doing...
Milestone reached. Steel production unlocked. Foundry and improved miner included to ensure efficiency of new pipelines. A collection of new, more complex parts is now available for crafting.
And our next milestone requires us to start building motors, so... what all did we just unlock? So we have the foundry now, which honestly we probably should get one running right away. Can I make one? No. I need these things. I need... So here's what we're going to do. We're going to steal 100 ore out of that one. Actually, I did sleep last night. I was going to... I thought about streaming last night, but then I decided to go ahead and just go to sleep. Alright, instead of running all the way back to the hub, we're just going to throw it on a crafting bench right here. So we need to make steel ingots. So then we can make some steel pipes, some steel beams, and some encased industrial beams. At least so we can get, for right now, at least one foundry running. Foundry. Oh, we can do the minor MK2s. Yay! That'll help a lot too. Then we'll definitely be able to up our iron production so we can get those frames going faster. Basically get everything crafting faster. So we need 14 and 3. So let's make these first. 14 and 3. Okay, we can make a foundry now. And we're going to want this somewhere over here. tie into this iron known. That is not the right spot. That is not the right spot. Okay. We can walk under that. So maybe we want to put one there. That'll allow us to walk underneath there. But I ran out of plates. No, I haven't yet. I haven't, I mean, I've unlocked the MK2 belts, but I need to get to the MK3s. So then I can upgrade one of those belts. Okay, that will bring our iron into this thing. For now, I'm going to just wrap the coal from here. Use up the coal out of this storage. Right now, and then once all this coal is gone, I will tap into this line for our coal supply. You do need power though. Where do you get your power? Okay, that works out good. And then that'll kick out our steel ingot. If we split that off, like so. Then a constructor. I don't know if I need 3 of them necessarily, but for sure 2 of them. So we want I think we want steel beams, and this would be another steel beams, because then one steel beam can go into storage, one steel beam can go towards producing the encased steel beams, and this one goes into steel pipes. I want to take a look at what motors are needed. Motors should be rotors and stators. So we have the rotors being produced. We need to look at stators, which is wire, which is all the way at the other end of our base, and our steel pipes. So stators ain't too bad. It's just going to be how we're going to get everything linked up together. Hey, our guy is back. Our pod is back. Okay, can we... place things right the first time? Okay. You're making steel beams, and you're making steel beams, and you're making steel pipes. I kind of think for now we're just going to get these up and running and into some storage. So then we're producing stuff. Alright, so I think we effectively got steel up and running, except for I don't have this plugged in yet. Okay, this is only making 30 per minute though, being split 3 ways. We need 10, 20. We need 35 per minute. We'd have to do some. There's some on the Reddit. There's my iron belt system. The one that we made the other night, where I ran that bus line all the way over to those iron nodes. So on the Reddit page, there's some balance buffer, some buffer balance schematics, which basically shows you how to use splitters and mergers. So in this situation, we have 30 coming out. Now if I bump this up by overclocking it a little bit, so then it was kicking out the 35 per minute that we need, because we need 10, 20, and 15, then I would have to look at how to properly set that up where 15 would be going there and then 20 would be coming off this side, and then this side would be split into 2 lines of 10. For now we can actually just underclock this, I think, to 75. $69. $67 might be too low. No, maybe not. Alright. So that takes 9. Oh, this needs 30 per minute. This needs 30 per minute. I'm always looking at the wrong numbers. This needs 15, so we actually need 30, 30, and 15. Where this thing is only kicking out 30. So we need a lot more of these foundries up and running, but this gets us at least producing some items. Very slowly, but honestly, I almost think I should just leave this plugged in this way. Just let that run through the storage. We're still good on power, so we don't need to necessarily worry about adding in additional power yet. Alright, we can go take a look at this. So this is what we did the other night on stream, was we ran these bus lines all the way over from 3 iron nodes over here, and Meadowwick actually pointed out that there is actually some pure nodes that are close to here, so maybe we can take a look at those. This project turned out really well. I was really happy how I got lucky, and where I decided to start building this walkway lined up almost perfectly with where the iron nodes are at. We found our caterium. We found our caterium ore up here. So we tapped into that. I don't necessarily like how that looks though. We're gonna change this. Okay. I like that better. I reran all my power up here because I originally had a conveyor built along the ground that kind of weaved in around these rocks and stuff and over to the side of our base. So I took all that out. I do need to get underneath here and basically build some support pillars because I don't necessarily like that it's just floating in the air. I wanted to come down here anyway because I need to look at what these what the miners are actually producing, so I know. And we kind of just built a platform here and put our 3 miners on the 3 nodes. Okay, these things are kicking out 60 per minute because they're all on normal nodes. but there's supposed to be some pier nodes around here. Relatively close to us. Oh no. I have to pay attention to where I'm going. I ran right into that fog area. I don't think I can get up there. But we could go back over there and we could pick those. Oh, I don't have the encased beams yet. We could go back over there and we could pick those miners up. So those miners are only MK1s. They're only capable of mining 60 resources per minute. We can upgrade to the MK2s, which will give us 120 per minute. But then we would have to upgrade all of our belts to MK2 belts. The other idea that we had the other night is taking those three miners and putting them through a merger and then running just one upgraded line, but I need to get to the MK3 belts to do that, and then that way those three are just running on one line and then splitting it back out back at the base. But yeah, we need to add some support columns to that just so it's not sitting there floating in the air. We might have to build like up to get up there. Alright, so the ore is just right up here. We can figure out how to get up there. Here we go. How am I doing on... I have room to pick up some nuts. I see some nuts over here. It's a lizard doggo. Okay, we have some bee plants, but other than that, it looks relatively safe over here. Oh, there's one more. Awesome. So yeah, there's a pier node here and a pier node here. And there's a power slug. Grab the power slug. We could see our miners right there, so it oh, but that's all that. There's some of those gas plants there. Some SAM ore. I haven't picked up any of this yet. Can't do anything with it yet, but I might as well pick it up while we're here and we have the inventory space. Yeah. We can figure out some way of tapping into these pure iron nodes over here would probably be a good thing, because these things will kick out way more resources for us. Is there anything else up here? Limestone. Pure limestone node. There's another one. Okay, so we have these two. There's one that's 200 meters this way. Well, actually, there's more than two over here. Or more than one. This one's pure. This one's pure. The basher is such a more efficient weapon than the zapper. So there's actually four pure nodes right here. Two there and two over here. That would give us a lot of iron. There's a power slug up there. See if we can get up there to it. Grab this power slug. There's another node of something right there. Kind of looks like copper. Yep. Really don't need any more copper. I know there's some alternate recipes that... Uh-oh. I guess we're coming down here. There's some alternate recipes that allow you to use copper. Oh, there's a crash pod down here. Oh, there's some encased beams. Batter up. Where'd the other one go? Oh, you got a hit it on me. Come on. Haha. Much more effective with that against those little bee guys. Oh, even a computer. Except for our inventory's filling up now. We don't have enough room for the hard drive, and we actually have this stuff that we could do it. What do we have that we can delete? Coal and iron, really. We can delete both of those. Probably can delete the leaves if we need to. The wood we can. Let's just delete it. We have 90 biofuel on us, so if we need to chainsaw something, we'd be able to. Sweet. So we got 24 encased beams, 7 motors, and 3 computers from this crash site. So that means we can actually... I don't have the pipes with me. Do I have... Did I save any... Oh, I do have steel ingots. I could convert the remaining steel ingots I have into the pipes. So we can make we could pick up one of those MK1 miners and put down an MK2. Or we could just use what we have of our encased beams and be able to craft more foundries to up our steel production. We're gonna have to start looking at the at our base layout. Figure out we're most likely gonna need to start moving stuff. There's another power slug there. Whoa. Oh no, he saw me too. Alright. Where are you? Aha. You got stuck on the corner of that rock. There's a power slug. Oh, it's a yellow one. Sweet. Oh, there's a spider. Couple of them. We're not gonna go down there. I don't like the spiders. Oh, looks like there's toxic plants that way. Another limestone. See our space elevator, but can't see anything else. There's a power slug. There's a power slug. There's a power slug over in the middle. This is gonna hurt a little. Oh, we're collecting quite a few power slugs. Whoa. Didn't even know he was there. Alright, let's head back. I want to get this hard drive getting researched. I kind of been wanting to try to make it down to the other starting biome. The grassland. We can't go that way. We'll have to come, we will have to come and get these iron out of these 4 pure nodes. And I don't know if that will be a totally separate. Do I do that as a totally separate bridge off of this way and then come back over, or do I just go over and tap into this bridge that I already made? I'm kind of leaning towards branching off of this and then coming over this way. And maybe what I do is oh, there's a power slug out in the middle of those gas plants. If I condense these into one line, that'll free up more space. But I could always just I could just build up on them. It wouldn't be that bad to build up higher. That looks better. I don't know how far I want to space the and then we use some of these conveyor pole stackables. Can you tell that's kind of floating? Not really. So you use that as a ladder, and then you can just climb right up. So we just need to build a few of those every once in a while, just to make it look supported, so it's not just floating there. Actually, what we can do to make this go faster. We can run on top of these belts. Now, I did see a map that has basically shows all of the resource nodes and everything, but the newest map that I saw has all of the spawn locations kind of highlighted too. And I kind of figured out where I was at on the map, and I believe if we, I don't know, I can't scan for oil yet, but I believe to the southwest direction that way is where the oil is, which is kind of off to the side of the, it's off to the northwest of the grasslands. So I think if we were to go like south-southwest, we would run into the grasslands, which wouldn't be bad to go there because then there's more crash sites to get more hard drives from. Let's get this hard drive getting researched. We analyzed some more quick wire.
New technologies have been developed based on this new element, primarily in power and electronics, and can now be accessed in Hub Tier 5.
Let's hope we get a good alt recipe. Did she say that research was going to be in tier 5? Is that what she said? I honestly wasn't really paying attention to her.
New technologies have been developed based on this new element, primarily in power and electronics, and can now be accessed in Hub Tier 5.
Okay. So we can't use any of that yet. We're not on the tier 5. We need to get motors. For motors, we need to get stators. We have a few things getting produced. How is our modular frames looking now? Hey, look at that. We only need like 400 and some more. Okay, so we do need to get for this current milestone to get the MK3 stuff. We need to get some motors getting produced. For motors, we need rotors, which we have coming out right here. And we need stators, which are the steel pipes and the wires. So we need to figure out how the best way of getting wires will be from all the way down at this end of the base. Let's go. We have some stuff in our inventory we can dump out. We don't need to carry around the stamp or the summer sloop. We could probably leave the computers here, the organs. Put our power slugs in there. I already have nine motors, but we do need 50. We have a decent amount of encased beams already. We have 29 of them. It's not bad for not even producing them yet. And it's not like I handcrafted a bunch of them. We found it. Clean up our mess here. So stuff isn't poking through. so we have quite a few wires being produced. But what is going to be the best way of getting... I really should have left this at that height. What is going to be the best of combining of where to meet with our pipes, our wires? Probably in this area here because our rotors are right here. So then is there an easy way to get these copper wires over there? Not really. I am not totally sure because I don't remember what the peer nodes actually kick out for resource. So your miners, this one is only capable of extracting 60 per minute without being overclocked. And you can get it up to 120 obviously if you overclock it up to 200%. Uses way more power. This will, at the normal rate, will be able to extract up to 120. I believe an in-peer node is only capable of producing 60, and then a normal might be 120 and a pure is more than that. I'm not totally sure. We could put down some miners and test it. I don't know if I have. I don't think any of these are pure nodes around here. Can I even see this one? Okay, so this is a pure node. We have this miner on it. We have it way underclocked, only producing 45 per minute. And it's like completely backed up. But if we were to crank this up to remember 30. Oh, where's our other one? So this one's at 50 and it's kicking out 60. Which I don't know how that works, honestly. Because the miner is only supposed to be able to... I mean, that's just a miner Mark 1. Which is only supposed to be 60. Oh, because the extraction rate is modified depending on resource node purity. So, if we look at this, if we crank this up on a pure node with a normal Mark 1 miner will kick out 120 ore per minute. And then, so if we were to swap this out with the Mark II miner, it would be double of this. This one's capable of 120, so a Mark II miner on a pure node will kick out 240 resource per minute. And we're only capable of moving 120, so what we would have to do if we were to replace some of these miners is we'd have to we wouldn't even be able to do it because we're still limited by the belt that comes out of the miner. So the best we could do is 120. It's the best that we can handle. So we could bump this up as far as 120. And that's the best, that would be the best that we'd be able to do. So we just need to figure out a way to get our wire from over here to the total well, not the opposite end, but the middle of the other side. Honestly, I'm almost getting to the point where I need to start tearing stuff down. Need to start tearing stuff down and reorganizing where everything is at and being manufactured at. This setup is very quickly getting too crowded and inefficient for space wise. Okay, so rotors are here. I have an idea. I think this will work fine. We're gonna move this power pole back just a little bit. No, I don't want to go up the ladder. Okay, what we're going to do is we're gonna have to step that out a little bit. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to bring a bus, basically a mini bus line. We're going to bus this, our steel pipes and our rotors from this spot over to by there, and we'll come in through, we'll wrap this around. I think I got it. I think I got an okay plan that'll work for now. And still be able to like walk under everything. And this is gonna this is kind of getting spaghetti. Night Sin, thanks for stopping by. This is getting very spaghetti like. Even though I'm keeping it in tight 90s, where you're starting to get conveyor belts running everywhere. How do we want to? We need an assembler. Our wire is there. Our pipes are coming there. Actually, we need two assemblers because we have our pipes will come in to combine with our wire to make our stator. So if we do that, so we got kind of a way to come off of this. We have something we can shoot into. And then off of that we have something else we can shoot into. Not totally overly fond with how that looks, but so that'll get us our wire. Now what we need to do then would be turn there. There. Okay, so one problem that that I see with where we're building at is change this. If I can match the angle of this would be good. Just for looks wise. That's pretty close. Okay. Is if I want to use this as my main like location of base, is that I have to tear all of this down in order to be able to start rebuilding in this area, which is a pain. Which is kind of one reason why I don't want to like get too crazy with storage, because of my first world. And 2 thumbs up. Well, thank you. In my first world, I did kind of the same thing where I like started building all of these things, and I like put like massive storage. And then I had to fight with all of the storage that was coming, that came from that. Alright, so this needs to make stators. So that line that's hooked up now needs to be the steel, and it's not. And it can't be because, dang it. What I need to do is see if this is going to work for me. So this is our rotors, and they are going to come in. And be too close. Not. This is not quite a 90. Not 90 enough for me. So we gotta step this back one more. I think if we go back one more, we'll have it. How's that look? I think that works all right. I'm worrying about looks on something that I'm going to tear apart. Kind of funny. Alright, so will this... Okay. these belts all ran in here, and then oh, I ran out of plates. I have lots of plates though. Oops, wrong way. Need to go this way. Okay, so we can take this up. That'll start our rotors on their journey to get to the plant. And I just need to figure out how to get these steel pipes heading that way. I know I can't make it straight. That's the only bad thing. Because of these machines being in a way, I had to come off at an angle. And it's only like one, like not even a full step over, so there would be no way that I'd be able to make that into a 90. So we're just gonna have to, I'm gonna have to just like live with that for now. So that should get all of our product over here. So this will be making stators. And this will make motors. So we have the rotors coming in. And we have the stators coming in. And then we just need a storage. And of course we need power, but figure out where we can grab power from. You're maxed out. You're maxed out. You are not. So let's just bring you out here. So now we're making motors. Well, not quite yet because the product hasn't reached all the way down here, but it's on its way. Cool. But I suppose let's go see what this research was. That's cool. I didn't realize that I can actually run all the way through without having to jump. Alright, so we have, again, the alternate blueprint for iron ingots. I think I've gotten that most of the times. We have the alternate blueprint for steel ingots. Or the alternate blueprint for the heavy modular frame. So this is actually a pretty good blueprint, this modular frame blueprint. Only problem is we're a little ways away from being able to do the heavy modular frames, so I don't know. I mean, that's probably the one that I need to take because I don't know. I don't think I want the alternate blueprint for the iron ingots. We have enough iron nodes around that we can bring in the resources for it. And I don't believe I want the alternate steel ingot one. So we're gonna have to take the alternate heavy modular frame. We just won't be able to utilize it for a little while. Okay, so how many motors do we have? We have 9. We need 41 more for our current milestone. And then we need 150 for our space elevator, and we need 500 frames. How is our frame production doing now? We're almost up to 200. So we're getting there slowly. Takes half of the iron, yeah. But then I have to put up a smelter. How do you do it then? Do you it's too late now, but do you not use the foundry then? Do you use an assembler to assemble the ingot and the coal? Is that what you would use then? So you'd use an assembler instead of a foundry? Foundry's kicking out 30 per minute. We should increase our this needs 30, this needs 30. This only makes 30. See if I do. Let's try something here. This isn't quite what I was, where I wanted it to go, but we can actually get our industrial case beams going. They'll go very slowly, but they'll actually be producing for us. Which isn't a terrible thing to have going right away. And I just need to figure out how to get power to it. Let's go off of here. actually producing encased industrial beams too. Like I said, that'll go very slowly, just because our steel production is like far from being optimized. I will likely need to tap into those pier nodes over there, or at the minimum upgrade some of these lines to increase our iron input in from this one row here, so we can split that into multiple foundries. So we would need at least 90 in, because these take 45, which means upgrading this belt all the way back to the source, and probably upgrading that miner to an MK2, at least for that one. It still uses the foundry. Okay. So you just have to put a smelter in front of it, and then smelt the iron into the ingots, and then put the ingots into the foundry. Alright, let's go see what this motor production looks like, and then I really hate that this is... How hard is this going to be for me to change this so it's up, so I can actually get through without having to jump? I need to fix that, so I don't want to have to jump every time. But I don't know if that's going to work for our Caterium, or Caterium, which means we'd have to tear that apart.
Can I use it now? I think so. Oh, it's probably being
Okay,
washed.
here's what we can do.
It's probably in my bedroom.
Have an idea.
Because that's where everything gets drunk. Dad, even it's off now, Dad. Everything in my room. It's off now. Oh, no, it's not mine. I don't want it.
Let's run these one more out.
Mom, we need something over here.
Okay, so let's see how this works. Minor change, just I don't like being able to not being able to get through there. So then that can turn, make that turn. I don't know which one needs to turn there. The top one. So that one would need to come down. So I would want 2 stacks there. Turn there, and then that would drop down into there. we're just going to cut the supply right now. Okay, and then this basically just needs to come over here. Okay, so that's a lot better. I like that a lot better, so now I don't have to like climb over or jump or anything. Let's delete all of this iron. We don't really need it. That'll catch up. And the nice thing is I didn't have to tear apart our Kateri. I mean, we don't have to modify any of that. So yeah, that works well. Now we can get back and forth without having to climb over, or I mean, we weren't even able to make that jump before. And everything's much better intertwined with each other. Ooh, we almost have enough for this milestone. We have the frames. We can get our MK3 belts. We just need 2 more motors. Let's go grab the wire. Do we have enough cable on us? We have more than enough cable on us, so we just need to grab the wire. Which that's 2,500 right there. Actually, let's grab one more just to, so we don't use up all of our wire out of our inventory. So our rotors are maxed out. We must be producing more than 10 per minute because this is capped out. Our stators, we need 10 per minute. And we are actually producing only 6 per minute, and this is running at 100% efficiency. Our steel pipe is high enough. The only thing we're low on, it looks like, is maybe wire. No, we're at 100% efficiency because this thing is just continuing to kick out. This has over, so we're producing 6 per minute. We need 10. 60 wire per minute. How much wire per minute are we making? Oh, we're only making 45 wire per minute, so we're gonna end up running out of wire eventually. We're able to maintain this right now because of our stockpile that we have, so we're gonna end up running out of wire. We'll have to figure that out. But for right now, we have enough motors to do our milestone. So let's go grab our modular frames. I like being able to get around without having to jump. And let's do this. Let's do this. And 1, 2, 3. And launch our pod. So now we have the Mark III stuff.
Logistics have improved by the means of a container with increased storage capacity and enhanced conveyor belt efficiency.
Alright. So we don't have any milestone. Oh, we do. That's right, we have this alternate. What is that? Rubber. We can't make rubber yet. Not until we get oil. Alright, so that's kind of sucky and a pain. So maybe we shouldn't have taken that. Well, eventually we'll get to rubber, so we'll be able to do that milestone. Now we just need to wait for our machines to produce enough. So our concrete is overproducing, which is good. Our steel beams must be overproducing. Or did we have that many in stock? We need 20 concrete per minute, and we're making... Oh, we're only making 15, so we're going to run out of concrete too. Well, so we have some stuff that we need to change around, some efficiencies that we need to change, because we don't want to run out of concrete. So we kind of need to up this production. This is making, this needs 45 per minute. And I think this was kicking out 45 per minute. We need to get this up to at least 90 per minute, so then we can double up our limestone or concrete production. So honestly, let's throw a MK2 miner on this thing. Can't afford. Oh, we need steel pipes. Alright, we need steel pipes. We have steel pipes. We just need to go grab some. I think that's going to be a new thing that I'm going to start trying to do on more of this stuff is building the conveyor belts up high enough to run underneath of them so you don't have to jump over everything. Okay, does that give us enough material to make an MK? Yes. We need to get this limestone going at a faster production rate. We need a lot of concrete to do the stuff that we want to do out there. So we actually need to, we want this to be 90. For now, let's just get this hook back up. Okay, so this is producing 120 per minute. But our belt is only capable of 60. We could split it right away. We could throw a splitter in here right away and just run 260 belts. I think that's more resources though. Or we can upgrade to MK2 belt. And I can't afford. Hopefully I have enough reinforced iron plates. Oh, we're almost full. More than enough. So what we need to do is come in with another constructor. Splitter. Oh, come on. Having some problems here. Okay, so that's coming in. We just need to get it turned into here now. Can I put... there and like here. That's gonna clip.
Hit the jacket off. I'm making Oh, you don't need a jacket. It's not. This is a summer jacket.
Okay, so then it's not super straight by any means.
What's the weather like today? I don't even want it. That's the one. Oh, yeah.
Okay, we need to upgrade these to MK2s. That's already MK2. Okay, so that we bring 120 split into 60-60. These really only need 45. And then this way we're still producing some and getting some put into storage. And we have pipes here somewhere. Afraid of too close, just a little too close. So let's just move it back a couple to make sure we have enough space. Oh, no, we're not straight. What the heck? Okay, now we just need to get power to this thing. Like so. You're producing concrete, you're producing concrete. You should be producing more than enough. This is kicking out 15. Going over to our encased beams. We do need 20, but 15 is better than none. Do our little storage tower. Okay. And I guess we could actually probably go over here and underclock this down so it's only putting out 90. They cost steel pipes and encased beams. So they're rather expensive. Okay, perfect. So that is producing 90. Which is being split into 45 and 45. Which just needs 45 to make 15, 45 to make 15. 15 is coming into here. We can scale this back a little bit just to match our concrete. Our steel beam, I know our steel beam is low. It's like really low. Might honestly be worthwhile just turning this one off. We'll just store those 300 in there. That'll up our production on here. So now we're actually going to be getting 30 and 30 in, so we'll be putting 10 out. Which is still fewer than what we need there. Yeah, we need to up our steel production, but that'll be for another day. For now, we are going to end the stream here. So thanks everybody for stopping by and watching. Hit the like button if you liked what you saw, and subscribe if you want to see more content. I'm not sure exactly when the next time I'll be streaming this world, but won't be too long. It'll probably be, the next one will probably be later at night again. So again, thanks everybody for stopping by, and talk to everybody later. See ya.